All right, welcome to the Major Vibes Podcast, episode 6, is it?
Yes.
Episode 6.
6 weeks in.
Damn, that's pretty good.
Incredible.
That's commitment to the game. My name is Andy. This is my brother Mich. We're here on a Monday morning or Monday afternoon. And what's going on? Want to get things started with the vibe scores?
Let's do it. How we vibing today, my brother?
All right, I'm vibing pretty low today, but my vibe score is a 69, so that's good. Can't complain.
We should have a special color for 69.
69 should be
Because
we should
it
make
keeps
it pink.
coming up.
We should make it pink.
Yeah.
69 should be pink.
It would be fun to have a nice little celebration for it. I like that.
Yeah, what's your vibe score today?
63.
Oh, maybe you want to talk about this. I called you yesterday afternoon, and you said, my Krispy Kreme Uber Eats just arrived.
Yes.
And I said, oh, wow, it's not even nighttime. You're like raw dogging this midday.
Yeah, but that's strategic.
Yeah, that's your thing.
It's better to do it during the day than at night. Mm-hmm. I don't want to ruin my sleep.
Yeah.
So
how was the Krispy Kreme?
Honestly, without weed, it sucks.
Fair.
It sucks. I'm on day 50 or 51 of no weed.
Cool.
And yesterday, it's always bad sleep that initiates bad behavior or the thoughts of the bad behavior.
Totally.
So the night before, I was up for 3 hours in the middle of the night. Like I fell asleep on the couch, woke up at 10, and then I couldn't get to bed till 1. And I didn't watch the Grand Prix. I know I should have.
Weird. Okay.
I should have. So whenever I have a huge gap in the middle of my night, I wake up feeling ridiculous. My vibe score yesterday was 80. Like it wasn't bad. We're adjusting it to take into account the time awake. And it just didn't, I felt like shit. So I just lounged all day and ordered Krispy Kreme. Wasn't that good. Regarding firecracker shrimp versus General Tao from Pear, firecracker's better.
Okay, it is.
I ordered both.
Well, nice.
I got the kids firecracker.
Okay.
And the adult
General Tao.
General Tao.
Pear is it's a Chinese food, like kind of fast food restaurant, kind of like Panda Express, except it's made with much better ingredients, more natural stuff, the meat and everything, and I don't think there's any MSG in there. So you kind of just eat it guilt-free, and it just tastes amazing, and you don't feel like shit after. So for me, I love Pear. I don't know where else it is. I don't know much, but
yeah, I definitely didn't feel terrible.
Yeah, firecracker shrimp's a good one.
And I ordered the Krispy Kreme
chicken
before I even got the Chinese food. I knew it was happening.
Oh, you were in it last
Sweet Yule was in the mood. We said, you know what? Let's sometimes you just got to go for it.
It's been a busy couple of weeks.
So it wasn't good. It was normally I crush the dozen. Sweet Yule has like 3 bites of 3 donuts, and I crushed the rest. There was half donuts left.
Wow.
So I couldn't do it. It was not as good without being high. So I had that going for me. But also I got scammed. I got scammed by WWIII. My restorative sleep, as you can see, is 2 hours. I had 12 minutes of REM last night.
Wow.
12. My 8 sleep mattress said 2 hours and 34 minutes.
Okay.
So, the devices are not perfect.
No.
But if I would have had decent REM
sleep, yeah.
I would have had a better score. But I still feel like a 63 today.
Okay.
I don't feel, as you would say, my sharpest. Let's look at the last 7 days for me. 1 purple and all blue.
Purple means above average, and blue means average or below.
Yeah, but not like too low, not in the red zone. But this weekend I was just, I don't know why.
It's just a chill weekend overall. You just wanted to indulge.
Yeah, I just wanted to relax.
That's okay. You turn the brain off.
Yeah, I turned the brain off. So how about you, brother? You're 69 today.
Yeah, I'm a 69. Sleep, not great. Stress, medium. When I woke up this morning, I thought I was going to have a worse vibe score, because when I woke up this morning, I felt my heart. Like when you feel your heart rate is higher without even doing anything or whatever, I'm just like, for sure. Because I nuked myself around 4 a.m. to try to sleep, or at 3 a.m., sorry. And once we tweak the vibe score to take into account more of the time awake at night, my vibe scores are going to be in the red. I'm up 2 hours every night for the last 3 months. So that's going to kill me for sure, but it is what it is.
I can't wait to do a podcast with like a sleep coach.
Yeah, there is a sleep coach you're friends with, right?
Well, yeah, that I just connected with a guy named Matt Beadle. And he salvaged his sleep. And not only did he wears 3 devices, and and fixed his sleep over, I don't know what the course of time was, but his body changed. Like he looks like, his jaw looks jacked. He looks like low body fat percentage, and he looked much softer and rounder before.
Okay.
So
great.
as his sleep got better, his body looked like it got stronger.
Oh, sleep is the most crucial thing the body needs, right?
And he lifts weights, and all the sleep coaches I've kind of talked to, because I'm networking with everybody and meeting everyone that I'm connecting with on LinkedIn. And I think working out and lifting weight and straining yourself is going to be something that helps you sleep.
100%. I need to lift weights again. I haven't been to the gym in a year and a half or something like that. I was scared to go back to the gym. Still am a little bit, because I ruined my back last year. And like this morning I was at physio because my back is destroyed. I woke up with like, I couldn't walk last night for like 2 hours because I guess it hit.
Yeah.
And I was just, like that. So that's been the hesitation for me to not go to the gym. However, I feel like probably going to the gym will help strengthen whatever's messing me up. So who knows? It'll happen soon. But for sure, the lack of physical activity definitely contributes to the sleep.
Because you walk a lot, you get a lot of cardio.
Yeah.
But you're not lifting weight, and that is super, super important.
Yeah, so we'll get the sleep going.
Josh Brolin was saying that. He said that all the doctors told him like to rest, to not do anything, because he had what's that thing? There's like a name for it when you hurt your back. Like there's that. It sounds like a part. It sounds like a body part, whatever, but it's not. It's like a thing that happens.
Sciatica?
Yes.
Yeah, that's what I have.
Yeah. So they told him, just rest, just wait, just heal. And he said, fuck it. I'm just going to work out as hard as I can. And he worked out and worked out and worked out. And eventually it disappeared.
Yeah, I guess I tried the chilling part, but it comes back every couple months and it comes back hard. But yeah, maybe we'll start next week.
Yeah, like when I had that fucking elbow thing from golf, a golfer's elbow, it had been like 6 or 7 months since I stopped doing deadlifts. Like I chose not to do deadlifts in my routine because I wanted to.
It's because you can never lift as heavy as me, so you gave up.
Exactly. I said, I'll never be the best Manaris, so what the fuck's the point of life? I stopped doing it because I didn't want to attribute so much strength to that exercise. I wanted to be able to apply that energy to like my biceps and my shoulders. But what ended up happening is that my grip strength, I believe, was getting much like worse.
The deadlifts.
Without the deadlifts. By stopping deadlifts, I was no longer continuously making my grip strength crazy. And grip strength is a measure of like overall health.
Before you continue your point, before I forget it, like you should do like Joe Moscu. He always uses fat grips on his weights.
Oh yeah, that's amazing.
I hate fat grips so much, so when I see him use them, I always cringe. There's
great.
Two things in the gym world that scare me to death: fat grips and Jacob's ladder.
Yo, come on, Jacob ladder is amazing.
I'm gonna buy a Jacob's ladder, and I guarantee you, if I just Jacob's ladder for like an hour a day, I'm gonna sleep pretty good.
For sure.
It's gonna just nuke me.
Yeah, and if you have like shit food, do Jacob's ladder for 5 minutes, and you'll have a 200 HRV.
When I was what, 2013 or 14, I was 210 pounds. I'm 5'7", barely, with shoes on. And so that's unacceptable if you want to be healthy.
Yeah, but it was all muscle, right?
Oh yeah, all muscle. And anyway, I started working out with this trainer, Jesse Flynn Fitness. Shout out Jesse Flynn. And yeah, I was like, I don't care what it takes. I need to get lean again. I need to get to 150 pounds. And we did a lot of Jacob's ladder and a lot of cucumber eating.
Well, yeah, you were low on the calories. Jacob ladder is incredible for your heart.
Yeah.
But it's so high in the heart rate zone that it's not necessarily leading to body fat, but it's definitely good cardiovascular.
It's going to zone 5 me the whole time.
Zone 5 the whole way.
Yeah.
But yeah, fat grips and incorporating deadlifts and RT. Shout out RT. A lot of shout outs today. Joe Moscu, Jesse Flynn, RT Fitwell. He was showing me like when I do my extensions for triceps, and you know there's the balls at the end, and you can push against them. He's like, go up higher, and you'll be using your forearms more.
Oh, because you were leaning on the balls.
So as I started to do that, and now reincorporating deadlifts and all that shit, my grip strength is good. I no longer have the elbow pain.
Okay, great.
Leading back to sciatica. Perhaps if you start, working your back, doing those reverse fucking lifts, whatever they're called, we'll get into it. We got to do it at least.
I'll be honest with you. For me with the gym, I love going to the gym and training with a trainer. I'm the kind of person where if I really love something and I'm passionate about something, drums, cars, guitar tone, I will research all day, every day, anytime I have free time. That's what I'm doing. I'm learning and getting better. I've been going to the gym for, 15 years. I've never, it's never something that I want to do. It's something that requires heavy discipline that I just don't have. That's why every single time I've gone to work out with it's either been with trainers or with you because I hate it so much that I just don't push myself. I love the feeling of it, but I love when someone's pushing me there. So because I'm not you're passionate about it, you research, you've been looking into it for years, you've been doing it since you were a kid. I just don't care. I hate it.
You hate it, but at the same time,
I need it.
It improves your body. It improves your mental health. It improves
it's like the
outlook on life.
It's like the missing element for me is getting back to the gym. So we're gonna start that soon. I said it here first, so now I have to do it.
Yes, but that's great. That's great stuff.
Yeah.
What were we saying?
Maybe talk about Pear a little bit.
Yeah. So Pear updates.
I don't know. I don't think there are any updates.
New onboarding is looking gorgeous.
Okay, great.
It's looking gorgeous.
Great.
We launched. I get the test environment on Friday. On the Friday update, and I test it to make sure through the weekend I try to break it so that on Monday, like we did with Carson today, we fix what's broken. So we went through the first round of fixes this morning.
Great.
There are a couple of fugazi things. There always are.
Software.
Yeah, and the new version should be coming out tonight.
Cool.
So the new version, what users can expect is actually, it's not that fun. The new onboarding. So actually anyone coming on will have a much better experience.
Cool.
The
onboarding is tricky because we're not on the App Store yet. So it's a little more complicated to get people on, but we still want to make it as quick and smooth as we can before we're on the App Store.
Yeah, and it'll keep getting better, but right now it looks really nice. The geolocation selector tool, the birthday scroll thing.
Great.
It's called like the Cupertino calendar or something like that. That's what it's called.
Okay.
It's the Apple plugin where you can scroll the dates. So that's looking good. Some bug updates.
Cool.
The leaderboard now is on top, and then your tribes are below it.
Very cool.
Which is great.
Yeah, I like that. We added what?
The favorite wellness product?
No, but
that's in there now.
Oh, is it in there?
Yeah.
You put that in? Okay. I wanted to put in the Pear profiles. Right now, we have a very basic profile, and then we have some stats. But I want to put a third section in the profile, which is the user's favorite products. Like, you come to my page, you see all the wellness, health, or any products that I really love to use. You can come in and, see what I like and maybe try them out yourself. And I love to see what other people use. So for now, because we're not developing that page yet, there are other things. We added, what's your favorite product?
Yeah, so that'll be part of the...
So that's part of the
we
profile
have favorite
building?
movie.
Favorite movie and favorite product now?
Favorite wellness product.
Favorite wellness product, which is cool. I know we're not even close to that yet. However, the other day, we played golf a couple days ago, and I got a notification, or I opened Strava, and it logged it by itself. Like, I open Strava once every month. But it logs in every time I play golf or every time I go for a walk. It just does it automatically, which I like. However, what it gives you, the stats that it gives you are useless and ugly. So even though Pear is not there yet, I still built an activity thing for Pear.
Yeah.
Like, at least designed a mock-up of what it would look like.
Yeah.
And it actually looks really good. So I'm because what inspired me to do that is we created the first official kind of, other than the global leaderboard, the first public group, which is the Pear Golf group. And so I was just kind of wanting to see what we can do to make it better than what WWIII offers, better than what Oura offers, and better than what Strava offers.
Okay.
And I created something that looks actually pretty
do that?
cool. Like yesterday or the day before.
Okay, because I've seen your old versions.
Yeah.
But it's an evolution of that.
It's an evolution of that, yeah.
Okay, sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's great because it can auto-populate that and you can choose to share it. Mm-hmm. And having the activities brought in automatically is great just for like user insights. Well, like comparing to like, you haven't done shit in a month. Mm-hmm. Your vibe score has been on a downward thing. Like making it actionable or making some kind of insight
Yeah.
for the user when they log in to say, hey, don't spend anything today.
Yeah.
Don't spend a lot of money today.
I really do like the in the activities thing. I put the stats that the Whoop, because I use a Whoop that Whoop gave us. So I kind of just copied them and put them on, which looked really cool. And then I added benefits to golfing. What's the benefits to golfing? So not only like the caloric benefits or the strain and the cardio benefits, but also the social benefits,
fresh air,
sunshine, the fresh air. And I think that is a really important metric to see, because it's not just about the physical, it's also about the mental and nature and all that stuff. So the benefits are cool, and I haven't seen that on any other kind of apps.
And I think that's the difference of what we're doing is as every stage that we get to, a lot of it hasn't come out yet, but what we want to do is, instead of looking at HRV, resting heart rate, or REM sleep, we want to, like, that's the sciencey stuff that the nerds understand right now. Mm-hmm. But how can we make that information accessible? Like golf,
digestible.
Golf. I burnt 620 calories. Like, what does that mean? But I got fresh air. Mm-hmm. I got to spend time with friends, and that kind of information that you're talking about is not what's in all these data-centric apps.
Exactly. And then based off of the benefits, let's say golf has 6 benefits. Well, those 6 benefits go into, like, you get plus 6 points to your daily vibe score or something like that. We're kind of creating the gamification, the point system and all that stuff. But yeah, depending how many benefits are in that sport, maybe could contribute towards your overall score or something like that. But it's just cool. And it was just cool to see it, because I don't like what the other apps or whatever present to you. But anyway, that's not a priority. It's not our priority. We're still developing other things, but that's coming. The activities thing is going to come, but because that's super fun information.
It's amazing information.
Yeah.
And Strava, it looks like they're just pulling it to populate it. It's like they're just auto-posting.
Exactly.
So that there's action.
Exactly.
But it doesn't necessarily...
It feels soulless.
Yeah, it feels like empty profiles of people that no one's looking at, posting shit that no one cares about.
Speaking of soulless, I
like this.
No. And this is not a political thing. It's just the difference between... I've been using Threads, like Instagram Threads, the Twitter for Instagram people.
Yeah, it's Zuck's version.
Zuck's version of Threads. I don't really use
every billionaire
Twitter, but
has their own.
Yeah,
Threads
exactly.
version.
But I go on Twitter to look at some stuff, but I post more on Threads with my car stuff or whatever because it's linked to my Instagram. It's just easier. But I noticed that even though there's action, there's things going on in Threads, it feels like a soulless place. Like every time I'm in there, I really want to leave. Whereas Twitter's loud and it's annoying, but at least there's soul, there's character, there's charisma in there, whether you like it or not. Where I go into Threads, I'm just like, this place is depressing. If I stay here for 5 more minutes, I'm gonna need therapy. Even if it's stuff that I like, like that, the topics that I like, it feels icky.
I remember bringing that up to you well, first of all, the only way because they post Threads posts in the feed on Instagram, and it's always like...
That's the only thing that actually brings me to Threads.
And it's always like, for me, what it shows me is like real, like cringy type gossip about tabloids of celebrities. And I'm like,
okay,
first of all, I don't even want to click on this, but that's what they're trying to get, like nasty content to get you to click into.
Well, that's funny because at first, when I wasn't on Threads yet, but I would see Threads, it was just random stuff like that. But when I actually joined and followed a few people in the demographics, like in the topics that I like, I'm only being fed Threads in my Instagram feed that are relevant. So like it's pretty much Formula 1 and cars.
So now it's showing that in your...
Yep.
Okay, so maybe it hasn't learned.
Because I'm specifically using Threads for Formula 1 talk and for car talk. So that's what it feeds me pretty much.
So when you see
the occasional like random girl who's like, I'm looking for a guy in Arizona who wants a wife and kids and fits my description, and I go in and it's like some OnlyFans.
But from Instagram, you're seeing the Threads and they're relevant. That's what you're saying.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Look,
that's it. Threads just feels like a soulless
I like
place.
the UI though. It's clean. It works well.
It's clean. I like it better than Twitter actually. The UI.
It's a little cleaner than Twitter. Mm-hmm. We want to have that kind of like that's our idea about the feed.
Yeah, I don't love the feed. I love the way it looks. I think it's very pretty, but it's not the way I want it yet. I don't know if it's the way you want it yet.
Well, no, what I want to see in our feed is when you post, the ability to choose what kind of post it is. Mm-hmm. Is it a question? Is it a
hack?
Do you want to post a hack? Do you want to post a dream feature? Like I want to be able to post what kind of post it is, and it'll say it underneath. So that I would like. But you're talking about like the aesthetic itself. So what do you want to see?
Oh, I don't know yet. I have to play around with it, but I think we've made it where there's too many boxes, and I just think it feels a little more closed. I want it to feel a little more airy. I don't know if that makes any sense, but
I totally got it.
Yeah,
but yeah, you focus on that.
Yeah. That's
but we're not far from the functionality that I'm talking about.
No, I know,
and I'm excited to put the interests and hobbies in.
Yeah, me too.
Because then we'll be able to like start connecting users and.
Yeah, because now with the interest and hobbies, it's not like you're just writing your stuff. It's one, we're going to auto-populate it so that you can choose specific interests and hobbies and add your own interests and hobbies. And with that, now that you've chosen on your profile what your interests are, you've chosen them, now we'll be able to match you with friends that are like, hey, this guy has, or this girl has like the same interests and hobbies as you. Maybe connect with them.
Exactly.
So I think that's going to be a great thing. So
and like searching the feed by interest and hobbies, like F1 or well, I don't know, who knows?
Yeah, whatever it is.
So yeah, that's where that's going. But we're getting to a point where there's a handful of users we can now bring on.
Yeah, I think this week we're going to try to get. I'll bring on probably 5 users from friends of mine just to test it out.
Yeah. It's looking pretty.
Are we at Apple Watch yet or no?
We are. We're testing it. It works.
Okay, cool. Is there anyone on our global leaderboard with an Apple Watch currently?
No, not right now. In the test group, there is.
Okay.
But
all I know is one of my groups is at the top of the leaderboards this morning.
Which one?
The Orbs.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's just me and my friend Charlotte.
Oh, and she's carrying the team.
She is carrying the team like crazy. She's got a 97 vibe score today, and I've got a 69. So it averages out to an 83, which puts us to the top, which is kind of fun.
What are the other groups you have? What are the averages?
We've got the Orbs at 83. We got the global leaderboard at 79. We got the motor group at 74. The family group at 73. The golf group at 70 because our good friend, Juliana is helping us out here. And then the paired team, 69. Pretty terrible.
Yeah.
Almost all of us are in the almost all of us are in the 60s except for Carson.
Mom's not in the. Mom hasn't been in Pear the last few days.
No, Mom has not been in Pear because my mom, she got sick or a cold or I don't know what happened to her, but she wasn't feeling great. And her hands got swollen and her ring got super tight. So she had to like spend a lot of time with soap and stuff getting the ring off. And her fingers are still not back to where they should be, right?
So she wants to get a different ring. She said it was always way too tight.
Oh, okay.
It was always way too tight. So we're going to get her the new Oura ring.
Oh, there's a new one?
Yeah, the new version they're talking about.
Oh.
They coincided it with their new app update, and Angster has the new one. It's a little thinner, a little smaller, apparently more accurate, better battery life.
Great. And actually, I want to get a new Whoop because my battery is starting to give out, which is weird. But on searching on Reddit and stuff, a lot of people are waiting. They're thinking around the holidays, they're going to introduce the new Whoop,
the 5.0.
5.0.
Oh, yeah. My battery's been staying pretty good.
Yeah.
But I'm excited to see what they bring.
I mean, it can't be that crazy. It's just going to be more accurate.
Oura, 5 billion valuation.
That's huge.
Yes.
That is huge. Whoop has got a big one too. Who's bigger, Whoop or Oura?
I don't know.
Garmin.
Garmin's just a beast.
Apple.
They're just old school. Yeah. Apple. They're all different, but these are big numbers, and I love that we're just connecting them all together.
Yeah, exactly. And what else is there going on? Anything going on in the world? Things are pretty quiet right now.
Well, I don't know. There's some like World War stuff happening, but I don't know anything about it.
That's a whole topic I'd like to get into, but not on this podcast. But yeah, World War III. I'm not worried about World War III. I was having a discussion with a friend of mine. He's getting really intense about Russia and Ukraine and the U.S. Stepping on Russia's toes. And I'm just like, whether I agree or not, I'm like, hey, man, which is probably something you told me a couple of years ago. It's like, if this is all you're reading and all you're doing, you're really just consuming yourself. I was like, think of all the hours that you spend on this and trying to convince your Instagram followers that it's the end of the world. even if there's World War III and missiles are coming to us and nukes are coming to us, what is that going to change for you and your followers? I said,
It's lights out, man.
it's lights out. So there's no need to there's no need to worry about things that are really out of your control, right? Like you can't do anything. And I said, look, you're probably spending 3 to 5 hours a day in Telegram and Discord, on the freaking dark web, any conspiracy place to find all this information, whether it's truthful or not. And I believe a lot of it is truthful because I'm in that world too. But I was like, all those hours, think about how much productivity you can be doing, right, with your life.
Totally.
How much like maybe money you can be making and different things like that. And we had a whole conversation. He's like, hey, thanks so much for like telling me that. And I told him, I was like, I agree with everything you're saying. Trust me. I agree, and I'm fully in the know. I do spend a good hour of my day on Telegram in the deepness, seeing what's happening all over the world. And I used to talk about it a lot, but there's no point fear-mongering other people, doing all that stuff.
Because I see it all as an input. Like if there are atrocities, like sad, horrible things happening across the world, that's
all day, every day.
Like it is. That's what's going on. That's like the nature of reality. We're all animals. We're beasts. And this is just how organisms interact.
We're humans. We're deeply flawed species.
It's not that we're flawed. We're like not flawed. If the dog shits on the floor, it's just a dog who had to shit. Like we have too high a regard of ourselves.
Yeah.
We think we're supposed to be so much better than we are, but we're not.
No.
We're just humans. And to think that humans are flawed is to expect humans to be better.
Fair.
But if you're not, if you just accept the fact that we are what we are and that we like what we like, then you can have such lowered expectations and not be so mad. And when I was deep into the conspiracy line, like, I don't know, 5-10 years ago, I was starting to realize before I had my vibe score that I was ingesting fear and negativity constantly. And that was creating a world for me. First of all, it's like ingesting stress. It's taking stress and putting it into my body where I'm feeling it and I'm not seeing hope. I'm not being present. I'm worried about things that may happen or may not happen. I'm not seeing the beautiful day ahead of me. I'm not seeing that I'm young and I'm vibrant and I have the ability to do things in my life. So it's taking all the power that I have and giving it to things that I have no impact on.
Shout out Zach. We're going to tag you on this.
Shout out Zach.
Yeah. He's a good guy from Austin, actually.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, that's the guy you're talking about?
Yep.
But that's what it is. And it's like, what do I have power on? Do I have the ability to make myself healthy? Do I have the ability to spread some joy? That's why I'm like, I love to understand how the world works, but I always chose an avenue of comedy and art to do that rather than talking politics, like Ben Shapiro.
Yeah.
Because first of all, I'm not wired like that. I rather find a way to bring joy and make people laugh and bring people together. Because as soon as you start talking about that stuff, it immediately divides people. And then you create combat.
Divides people, stresses people, gets people scared.
Yeah, so that's why just like, honestly, being an idiot
is the best.
It's the best because it brings joy to people. It lessens the load and it makes you remember, like, look, if the world's going to blow up, it's going to blow up. You're not going to do anything from your fucking laptop that's going to change that.
What I told him was, I said, you should just focus on being the best version of you, as cheesy as it sounds, and inspiring others. What you post on Instagram isn't going to change people's lives. They're going to read it and they're going to go look at the next story of a girl's tits bouncing or, football. So what you can do is lead by example. Instead of fear-mongering, why don't you show them that, yeah, this world is crazy, but look what I'm up to. This is the stuff I'm doing. This is how I'm not paying attention to this stuff. And inspire others in that way. Don't inspire others by instilling fear and stress into them. Because that's I did it. I used to do it too. And it's not good for anyone.
And it's actually an ego move subconsciously that shows, hey, look what I know that you don't know.
Yeah, I do understand that a lot of people are asleep and you want to wake people up. And I used to want to do that. But honestly, ignorance is bliss sometimes in this world. There is a lot of weird stuff going on. Just let everyone live their life. You live your life, and that's how I live my life. Just chill and inspire others.
That's why we created Pear. If more people are focused about their own shit and focused on getting to bed early and making sure their heart is functioning well, then there's more people who are going to be looking in the mirror to improve their lives rather than complain about the things that are impossible to change.
Yeah. Speaking of, you said going to bed early. This weekend, it was the Formula One Grand Prix in Las Vegas, and I don't miss Formula One races on TV, no matter what the time is. However, this weekend messed me up a little bit. I usually go to bed around 9 or 10, but both nights, it was like qualifying was at 11. The race was at 11, which finished around 12:30. Then there was the championship celebration. Anyways, all 2 really late nights that I'm not used to doing. And it completely messed up my whole rhythm because I was waking up at like 8 or 9 in the morning instead of at 6, 7. And then I'm not tired at 10 at night. So so that is messing me up. So I thought about putting my alarm at like 5 a.m. this morning just to reset myself.
Take one for the team.
Take one for the team, but I didn't want to do it. I wanted to try to get as good as a score as possible and the most sleep possible for the podcast today.
Okay, great.
So yeah, but I'm going to probably reset myself tonight or something.
By going to bed?
By just waking up super early. Even if I go to bed and fall asleep at midnight or 1 a.m., I'm still going to wake up at 5 a.m. tomorrow.
Okay, and didn't you say even the fact that you went to bed late, you still woke up early?
Yes. Yeah, well, no, I woke up later. Instead of 6 or 7, I woke up around 8:30.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But still, I don't like that. It ruined the whole rhythm of my day.
Yeah.
So I told myself that I'm probably not going to stay up for those late races anymore.
Wow.
I don't want to do it.
Look at this guy.
But we'll see.
I never do it. I have the F1 app, so I watch the race whenever I wake up.
Me too, but for me though, the funnest part about Formula One is talking to all my friends while the race is happening. I'm in a bunch of different groups with a bunch of different F1 people. Then I have people all over like Instagram and we're always like, we're talking, we're always going through it. And it's like a whole fun thing that I love to do. It's like a
no. I don't have that community.
No, I know.
So I'm not missing out on anything.
Yeah, like I talk like my friends in Australia, my friends in Europe. Everyone's awake at all different times, and we're all talking to each other because we're all always awake, no matter what, for the race.
Yeah.
So it's a fun thing.
Yeah, I understand.
Yeah, that's the only. But yeah,
since I don't have that, I don't care.
Also, I like to know immediately what the results are because I don't want to not look at my phone for 3 hours. When I wake up
spoilers.
the next day. Yeah, I don't have that.
Spoilers on. Yeah, it gets spoiled for me. That's why I didn't even watch the race this weekend.
No.
That's the thing when you watch it later is you just never get to it.
And that's the thing. A lot of the times where you say I'm going to watch it later, you just end up not watching it because you already know the results. Like I told you the results. Why would you waste 2 hours of your Saturday?
And 7 a.m., like 8 or 9 or 10 a.m., I don't enjoy watching TV. I find that every time I watch a race and it's in that sweet spot in the morning, I feel like tired after and exhausted.
I think 7 a.m. is a great race time. 7 or 8 a.m.
Yeah.
Because I'm up at that time anyway.
I just think that's like screen time and watching something that's exciting and stressful. And I don't know. I rather I really enjoy the lead up to the race and the shit talking that goes on and like who's going to where and who left Red Bull now. And I like that kind of stuff.
The lore.
The lore.
Me too.
But I find myself depleted after the race. But that's just me. So I haven't watched the last few races.
Yeah, that's okay.
Yeah, man.
All right, well.
So we're getting a bunch of people on this week.
Yep.
Which is fantastic.
Get some new people on this week.
The look is great. We got trade shows that are starting to get lined up.
Yeah, we're booking the shows. And what else?
Also, like the crypto stuff. I found that as attacked my vibe a little bit, or it's a reason for it. Just because like the constant refreshing and looking at it, because once you're starting to get into like new high territories you haven't seen in a while, like you want your finger on the pulse to see.
I was refreshing my freaking stock and crypto apps every 15 minutes for the last 3 weeks.
Now?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Like I woke up this morning.
Yeah, man.
I didn't even look at Whoop. I don't care. I look at what is going on with crypto. And so was everybody else, though.
Yeah, I know.
Everybody else is doing
that's fucking me up. I'm feeling depleted when I wake up in the morning. Like,
and you're checking, and you're looking at the charts. You're looking at everything.
Like on my history, there's like XRP like live trading going on that I check before I do my meditation, and it fucks my day. Like,
Yeah,
there's no way to live.
Yeah, I
man.
know, but there's a lot of money at stake here, and
Yeah, and it's gonna provide like a couple years of good runway for the family, for the business, for whatever. So I gotta.
yeah, exactly. We've we've.
It's like gold rush times. Like there's all these towns in Arizona that only emerged and were populated
gold
briefly
rush.
for silver and gold, and they're like totally abandoned now. But this is like the new digital gold rush.
yeah.
So it's a crazy time. It is.
It's a crazy time.
It's
a
fun,
good,
but
it's a
like
good time.
we're like
I love not money, but I love playing with money to make more money.
Yeah.
I think it's the most fun activity ever.
I love
Not gambling, like not taking money and betting it on a freaking team to win. That's a different type of thing. But I'm like, take your money and investing it into gold, silver, crypto. Those could all be risky depending on
Plays
who's
that
watching,
you see, like-
or opportunities that you see, businesses, stocks that you think will do well in X amount of time or whatever, you know?
Yeah, like how will the social or political landscape impact what you're investing in, and like
Exactly,
that whole
like,
macro view of stuff.
I love doing research on what's happening in this country or this territory. How is that going to impact America? How is that going to impact us? Where should I put some money? That's so fun for me. Like,
Yeah,
I love
it's
doing
like
that.
real life.
It's real.
Strategy.
It's relaxing for me, and nerve-wracking at the same time.
Yeah.
But I really do enjoy that.
So that's been keeping up a little, but
Yeah, I'd say definitely, because last week on the pod we said when your finances are doing well and you're not worried about finance, you have good financial stability, your vibe is higher.
yeah,
I would like say we're pretty decently financially stable, especially when crypto is doing well. However, when you're constantly on the computer, you're moving things around. Okay, should I take my profit? Should I put here? Should I dump it into? There's so many other unknowns that yes, you're making money, you're doing well, but the job that it takes to make that money is lowering your vibe because you're constantly in the grid.
yes, because it's not a gain until you've sold it,
exactly
right? So it's gains on an app until you've made the move to move it.
those darn people who want to tax unrealized gains. That's crazy.
Yeah, well, look,
That
they might not
crazy.
even tax gains now. So fuck.
I know. Imagine
That would
taxing.
be amazing.
Yeah, one side of the politics wants to tax unrealized gains. If you don't know what that means, then I'm not going to explain it to you.
Yeah, but that one means you would have to
If you don't know what
reverse
taxing
tax unrealized losses then.
Exactly.
So
I have a lot of those.
yeah.
I do have a lot of those.
But yeah,
Actually, speaking of something, not to get into finances, but we did invest in a company together, and this is my fault. And we invested 200 grand into it. I don't know. Do you want to talk about money? No.
sure, why not?
Okay. What? I don't know. I don't want
You
to.
just don't have to say some overt names or company names or anything.
Yeah. So we invested $200,000 into this company, and it's currently worth, I think, $7,500. So we're almost down 100. I think we're down 98 or 99% on this. It was a really bad one. However, that was invested through our Canadian stuff.
Is that the one I didn't want to go into?
Yes. And I haven't taken that loss yet. It's just chilling there. I don't think it'll ever be profitable for me. Though we do, let's say we do cash out on crypto or an investment or something like that, we do have a $200,000 loss that we can
You offset
with the taxes. So
Yeah.
if there ever is a good time to sell something, an asset or whatever, we do have two potential good losses that we can. And that's why in the investing world, losses aren't always the worst thing, because you've spent the money 10 years ago and it's already gone. You're not making the money with the investment that you wanted to, but you can offset it towards another gain, and you're basically breaking even. So you really didn't lose.
Yeah, so you're just reducing your tax burden by offsetting it with your losses.
And I'm kind of saying this to people just because a lot of people who are probably watching the Pear podcast don't know much about like the financial world and the tax world and the investing world. So
Sure. Yeah, why not,
a lot of
man?
people are scared to invest, but there are tons and tons of people who they'll invest all kinds. They'll take tons of losses because all it does, it takes one win right? And then all those losses are offset.
That's how record labels function. Is they bank on 100 artists, one or two of them like explode, and then Billie Eilish and Ariana Grande pay for everyone else. And that's just the way it rolls. You can't. Not every investment is going to be the best investment.
Speaking of Ariana Grande, her movie Wicked came out this weekend. I don't have any intention of seeing it. I don't really love musicals. However, just going based off of the Ariana Grande press tour with the Wicked movie and the Rachel Zegler press tour of the Snow White movie, there's a stark difference in both of those characters. And I think it's really going to translate into sales or lack thereof.
Wicked is doing great, right?
Wicked is doing great. Snow White isn't out yet, but I don't think it's going to do as great.
Apparently, they didn't release the trailer on YouTube. They're not releasing Snow White trailer on YouTube.
No, they only released it in theaters because they don't want to get trashed on YouTube. Because last time they released the Snow White trailer, it got like 1 million dislikes.
Because the main girl is just
the main girl hasn't been very kind in the press.
Okay,
she hasn't been kind to other people, and she just pissed off a lot of people. Versus and she didn't seem very supportive or wanting or happy about that role. Whereas Ariana Grande was her absolute childhood dream to become the person in Wicked. I don't even know what.
So it's gratitude versus like being
versus being spoiled. And just watching interviews, you see one girl's vibe versus the other girl's vibe, and we're talking about vibes, and the vibes do translate. If your vibe is shit, it's going to translate to people wanting like not standing.
It almost like fuels people to hate you.
Yeah. So once Snow White does come out, I don't even know when it's coming out. We're going to circle back on this topic, and we're going to see week 1 of Wicked versus week 1 of Snow White and the vibe of each main character, and seeing how that contributed to the sales and the overall aura of each film.
Oh, totally. And so movies still, because we love movies. Shout out Joe Moscow.
Hey, he's got a great podcast. It is French.
On Jase Marvel.
But it's called On Jase Marvel.
Yes.
I watch it every now and then, and every time I do watch it, I love it. So, shout out,
great
Joe.
Overall vibe. I think there's a Mufasa movie coming out.
Yes,
and that's when they're going to show the new Superman trailer.
And
I'm very excited about that new Superman trailer.
Okay, yeah, you're big Superman guy.
Not really big.
You're
Superman.
a big DC guy. I think.
I am, but I'm also. I think it's exciting because, like, the Zack Snyder universe, they blew it up. You know, they dismantled it. They threw it in the fucking garbage. And I'm excited to see what James Gunn, who I have liked pretty much everything he's done.
In the Marvel world.
Yeah, like Guardians of the Galaxy.
Loved it.
I'd never heard of these guys before, and there's fun writing. The visuals are fun. Everything
I like James
good.
Gunn. I'm excited for what he's going to do to some of those DC.
Yeah, because I find Superman boring, honestly.
I think Superman, to me, is the lamest character. I know he's the strongest. I know he can fly, but he's so lame. He's always like, I don't know.
Yeah, so I'm curious to see what they do. Apparently, it's like a retro future world that they're living in, so it's not like modern times.
Okay.
So it has maybe like a little bit of a Pleasantville vibe.
I would love that.
Perhaps.
It's such a good movie.
And so that maybe that's a better world for him, where the Henry Cavill, like, everything's so fucking dark and shitty and everyone's I'm excited to see what they do with it.
I've never watched a Superman movie I liked, even the old ones. They're okay. I never hated them. I never hated any Superman movies, but I never liked one. Like Spider-Man 1 and 2, Tobey Maguire, amazing.
Yeah.
Even the other ones there with Andrew Garfield.
That was
the first one was great. Then the newest ones, I love Tom Holland. I think he is the coolest Spider-Man. I like him a lot as Spider-Man, but I think the movies have not been very good. They've been kind of forgettable, the Tom Holland movies. I love the character, but
they were good, not great.
Exactly. Forgettable movies.
Yeah.
So anyway, I can talk movies all kinds.
Yeah, love movies. So speaking of YouTube again, when I want to get more conscious and more evolved, how are we doing on time?
We're good. We got
a few minutes left.
10 minutes left.
So when I like to get into a more spiritual zone, because I love watching Gaia for that, and I go on YouTube, and sometimes on my feed there's near-death experiences.
Yeah.
So people talk about their near-death experiences on podcasts, and man, I love it. I listened to like 2 last night. I listened to 2 this morning when I
Okay.
went for a walk. And what they explain when they die.
Before you finish, I love watching that too. And
Yeah.
I've watched hundreds of hours of people talking about their experience when they died or just about died.
Yeah.
So go on.
And they're not all the same.
No.
But they're not all so different either.
There's a pattern.
Yeah, and they go to this place where they just feel there's no stress not because they're not stressed, it's because there is no stress. There's no need to stress because everything is beautiful and like love is radiating, and they can see flowers like vibrating with colors that we've never seen here on Earth.
So with that, what I've gathered from those is, yes, it is that beautiful, magical place. There's no stress. You're not worried about the people you left behind. You're excited about the new faces. You might see your dog from 30 years ago. Who knows? But I think from what I've gathered is that is all done by design to make sure that your transition from your physical to your spiritual soul doesn't stress. So it makes the transition easier. So it gives you the illusion of this magical, beautiful place without stress or something like that. I don't know.
Okay, so saying that like the death process is peaceful.
Exactly.
So that it's not horrible when you go into the astral realm or wherever you're going.
Yeah. However, like, what was it when our dad died? Shout out Georgie, he was a good dude. In 2012, apparently he didn't accept that he was dead, so he was hanging out in limbo.
Where did we hear that?
It was either from our friend Nicole. Shout out Nicole, because I know Nicole went to see a medium, and our dad came out and spoke to her. And
Forgot about that.
yeah, but something like that, or mom was hearing some sounds in the house.
She even got like touched on
for
her.
a few months or something, and
Touched by an angel.
going by research and talking to these medium type people, apparently when the soul doesn't accept the death, he like stays in this limbo and lingers. And it was only for about 6 to 8 months after he died. After that, it was peace and chill.
Really?
But something like that, I don't know. I don't even know how we even started talking about that.
No, we're talking about near-death experiences.
Near-death experience and stuff like that.
So apparently he was not accepting it.
I believe so.
Oh man, so he was truly in limbo.
I think so.
But what I like going back to it is oftentimes they meet some guy who's God or whatever, and more often times than not, the guy's like, I'm not God. But it's almost the feeling.
It's like the heaven janitor just cleaning
Like, you know when I'm petting my cat Pisty, and I'm like, oh, you're so sweet. I love you. You're so nice. And Pisty might be upset that maybe she's embarrassed by something. Maybe she tried to jump on the car and she fell off, and she's feeling like this little stress. But I see that, or she goes outside in the backyard and she hears a car start and she runs back in the house and she's all embarrassed. And she has all these feelings, right? Mm-hmm. When I look at the cat, I don't judge her for feeling scared or jumping into the fridge to pull some chicken out. I'm like, this is just a great cat.
Yeah.
She's a kitty cat who's healthy, who does kitty cat things, and she's scared by kitty cat things. And apparently, like, that's what the voice or the healing aura of God or whatever it is always feels like to the person. So we have all these stresses. Oh, I need to make some more money, or I need to do this, or blah, blah, blah. I have all these terrible memories and I'm stressed about the future. And we are like the cat, and there's a presence above us that's like, oh, no, you're good. Don't worry about it. It's okay. You're just chasing your fucking tail, my guy.
Yeah.
And sometimes there's like, it's like you're in like an Apple store almost, and it's like so clean. Mm-hmm. And they're running you through your life, and you watch your life, and you see all the bad things you did and how it affected those people.
Yeah.
And all the good things you did and how it affected those people. And then usually the people are saying near-death experiences, they came back and they're like, you're not ready. You need to go back. There's stuff you need to do.
Last thing before because I think we're dwelling on this a little, but I love it.
I love it.
I know, me too, but I've heard of some near-death experiences where the person who dies, they're so in such a euphoric state when they have passed on, that when they're in that kind of limbo transition area, they're seeing all these amazing things. They feel a sense of some love that they've never felt in their life, stronger than anything they could feel on earth, and they love it. But then they wake up. They're in that hospital or they're whatever.
And in a body cast.
And they become absolutely depressed as human beings. And all they want to do is go back and feel what they felt, because there's no drug, there's no nothing like it.
They just want to go home.
And I found that so cool. But really the only way we'll ever know is if we die. So
yeah, but more often than not, they go through that depression time, but then they realize, like they come to terms with it. They don't stay depressed.
No, but it's just initially. But
no one ever wants to come back.
No, because they felt something. And they're like, and I think watching those videos made me feel more at ease about death, because that was something I always feared. Thinking about it, like, oh shit, like one day I'm just what the void. What is it, right? Whereas now I'm just like, I don't know. Honestly, if it happens, it happens.
Yeah,
death only sucks for the people who love you. It doesn't suck for you.
Yeah, it sucks for the people.
Like if I die today or tomorrow, nothing changes for me.
Yeah, but I'll be really depressed.
You'll be depressed. Mom will be suicidal.
Yeah.
And Lando
will have a new dad.
Yeah, you'd be his dad.
Yeah, for sure.
He loves his uncle.
Yeah.
Anyway,
and another thing with the near-death stuff is they often go in and they say, "I can't believe I forgot what my purpose was." So they go there and then they get this clarity about what they're supposed to do here. They're supposed to be here and they're supposed to be as authentic as possible.
Yeah, they have a new mission.
Like we live in fear. We self-censor ourselves about things we want to say. We don't want to offend this. We don't want to say this or that. But I think if you live the most authentically possible, it leads you to the most experiences possible, which leads you to the most growth.
Yeah.
And so authenticity, and I also view it as like this is the game. This is GoldenEye we're playing, or Vice City. And our real life is out there. But this is the game we're playing for this current time.
I do believe, I've always said, like, I treat life like a video game. I don't know why, but...
And if you treat it like a video game, it means you can play it.
You're the main character. Everyone else is secondary. And you have missions. And if you fail your mission, okay, you restart. Right? You can restart so many times. Just don't die, but, you know.
Yeah, but even then, you probably restart.
Exactly.
At some point,
no matter
we
what.
don't know what time and space are. We don't know anything.
Like, no matter what, you can fail once, twice, 3, 4, 5, 10 times. You can always restart. And that's why I say life is like a video game, because whether you're alive or even if you die, like you said, you die, boom, you come back usually and you restart in a whole different...
Yeah, or if you go bankrupt and you start from... You didn't like lose all of your memory.
You didn't lose your memories. You didn't lose your
skills.
family. You didn't lose it. You lost your money and you lost the ability to borrow. Great, fine, whatever. At the end of the day, the people who I've spoken to, most of them are all rich now, but they've all gone bankrupt in some way, shape, or form in their lives. And they said the time where they felt the most at ease in their life is when they went, not leading up to the bankruptcy was the most stressed, but the most unstressed was when they actually went bankrupt, because they had nothing else to worry about and they can just literally focus on their mission now.
Yeah.
So who knows? Everyone has different motivators. I do want to talk maybe next week about real correlations between money and vibes. I think like how having a higher vibe will most likely help you make more money. And if you're in a lower state vibe, you're not going to make a lot of money.
Yeah, or to touch on that slightly, because yes, and I have an in-between one. Mm-hmm. On a perpetually low vibe, even if you make money, because we've lived it by experience, you spend stupid money.
100%. And that's why I want to talk about all of that next week, because there's so many different intricacies, right?
Yeah, so vibe and money is what we'll talk about next week.
Yeah, vibe, money, unless we have a guest. Maybe we'll have the sleep guy.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll have
Sweet Yule
one of these days.
Yeah.
So anyway, we can just keep talking forever. Thank you so much for watching episode 6. We'll see you next week for episode 7. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit the bell, the Spotify, YouTube, Apple Music,
Sign up to Pear Beta if you haven't.
Sign up to Pear Beta, and we'll see you next week.
May the vibes be with you, brother.
May the vibes be with you.
Thanks for being here.
Cheers.
Later.